everybody. Good afternoon, everybody, wherever you are. Let me turn this off. We are going to be working with that audio file that I just worked on. And welcome. We're going to talk about non-harmonic tones today. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Quail Studios Guitar. Thank you for coming today to the live stream. I want to thank our moderator today, Bob Schumann, for helping with today's live stream. He does a wonderful job. Give him some love, my friends. Thank you very much. If you have any questions or comments, put them down below and let us know where you're watching from today. Feel free to comment and tell us your thoughts. We love to read them. Also, I'm pretty good with Spanish, so feel free to comment in Spanish if you like. Además, soy bastante bueno con el español. Así que siéntate libre de comentar en español si quieres. Gracias por estar aquí, amigos míos. Un fuerte abrazo a todos ustedes. Back to English. Today's topic is non-harmonic tones enhance your music. That's a statement. Non-harmonic tones enhance your music and why you should learn them, why you should use them. Last week we did some singing in the live stream and we started on C. I'm going to look and see who's here. Mainly the backing track. Okay, Bob, I'll do that. I can do that. Let me try that again, Bob. Let's see how that works. I appreciate Bob's help on this because I can't see everything. All right, I'm trying to get something here. There we go. Hey, Dean, how you doing? All right, so we did this. We were starting on C last time. This one, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But you can sing on any note that you want to. You can start on an A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or you can start on a G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't really matter. You can move the scale up and down on the fretboard. So be able to put the scale in any key that you want to fit your voice. Let's move the scale down to A. And let me show you on in my book on page 432 for the April version, which I'm going to release in about a day or two. I've already got it ready to go. I just have to do it. You can look up the scale there, and this scale right here, the one that goes across the neck, that's on my book. And the reason I'm going to show you why that's important in just a little bit. But this is an important scale to know. We also played C like that. You can do it here. Right? Or you can play it on one string. Right? So let's move it down to, let's say, A. Okay, remember last time when we assigned numbers to the scale tones? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? And 1, 3, and 5, especially if I'm playing an A major chord, I'm going to play an A major chord here. So here's an A note, and then a C sharp, and then an E note. And those notes are in the chord A. Right? So those are the three notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 3, 5. So that's a major chord, and we're working with major chords today. Now, when we play a scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 1 again. I'm looking for my notes here. The notes, 2, 1, 2, 2 is actually a non-harmonic tone. You know what, we should probably do this in C also, because I've got that recording in C. But 2 is a non-harmonic tone, 4 is a non-harmonic tone, 6 is a non-harmonic tone, and 7 are non-harmonic tones to that whatever chord you're playing. So if I'm playing an A chord, 2 is a non-harmonic tone, 3 is a harmonic, is in the chord, 4 is not, 5 is a harmonic tone, 6 is non-harmonic, 7 is non-harmonic, and A is definitely a note that you want to be able to play. Okay, so let's go to, let's see, harmonic tones. Let's talk about that for a second. In fact, I'll play some harmonic tones in the key of C. I released this video this week. Let's see, I think it was yesterday. And it just has the notes in the scale. Wait, what am I trying to say? It has the notes in the C chord. So C, E, and G. Right, so those are the three tones that are in there. But the second note is a non-harmonic tone. The fourth note is a non-harmonic tone. Fifth note there is a harmonic tone because it's a G. That's a non-harmonic tone. Non-harmonic tone. So if you play over that track, you need to listen very carefully and figure out what notes are harmonic and which are non-harmonic tones. Non-harmonic tones are ones that don't work. Now, if you accidentally go out of the scale, it's really going to sound bad. Let me demonstrate that. See, that's going to sound terrible. No, that's not it. That one right there. Ooh. That's actually doesn't sound too bad because that changes it into a C dominant. But those tones are horrible. So what we want to see is we want to listen. Hey Dwayne, how you doing? It's good to see you. Talking about non-harmonic tones. So these tones right here, these non-harmonic tones, well, if it sounds bad, it is bad, right? But let's talk about non-harmonic tones for a second. The tones that I was just playing just a second ago, were tones that were completely out of the scale. Like those are horrible, right? But the non-harmonic tones, I'm in the C major chord. The notes that are in the scale is a non-harmonic tone. that's a non-harmonic tone. This is a non-harmonic tone. Okay, we're going to talk about the non-harmonic tones that are in a scale and why we use them. Hey Albert, how you doing? All right. So, let's see, let me look at my script again. When we play non-harmonic tones that are in the scale, let's say in a C chord. So if I'm playing a C chord, like that. And I play the D note in the C scale. It doesn't sound too bad. But what happens is that these non-harmonic tones create a feeling of unrest, uneasiness, agitation. Sometimes they feel uncomfortable. Sometimes we call it a dissonance that needs to be resolved, or it feels like it wants to be resolved. That's why when you play a note that's a non-harmonic tone, and then you go up to a harmonic tone. Now C, E, and G those three notes are in that C chord. So when I'm playing the C chord, there's the C note on the first fret B string. 5th fret is the E note, harmonic tone. 8th fret is a G. But the next note, the 10th fret, is a non-harmonic tone. So when you play that non-harmonic tone, right, there's a little bit of a feeling that it needs to move. We go down to a harmonic tone and it sounds great. Non-harmonic tone. Harmonic tone sounds nice. A little bit of unrest there. Nice resolution. See that? So the feeling of unrest gives motion to the music. It feels like it needs to do something. It needs to go somewhere. It gives color to the music. It gives interest to the music. It gives variety. And it gives you a tension that feels like it needs resolution. So harmonic tones, notes that are in a chord, gives us a feeling of completeness, of like going home, of arriving in a trusted place, a relaxed place that gives us a feeling of satisfaction, that we've come to a place where we can rest. But when we get to a non-harmonic tone, then it's like unrest and we want to move to another note. Now music is full of this tension and relaxation movement. Without tension and relaxation, we have no movement in music, just like in life, tension, relaxation. Everything is just static. It just sits there and does nothing if there's no tension with relaxation. Certain kinds of music have more tension than other kinds of music. Some music has more relaxation. Now, children's music generally is very relaxing. I'm going to give you an idea here. The song, have you ever heard Wheels on the Bus? Probably so. I'm sure you don't have it in your playlist unless you're probably 5 years old or 6 years old. It goes like this. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town. I'm playing two chords, C and G. So let's figure out the notes. The wheels, those two notes are in the chord. The wheels on the bus go, that's a note in the chord. Round, that's a note that's not in the C chord. But immediately it goes round and round. So round is not in the chord, and then it goes and to a chord tone and then round. Round. one is that? Oh, that's a G note. Round, down. Now that's an F. Round and round. That next note is a D. So it goes round and that note on and is an F note. It's actually what we call the seventh of the chord. It's a little bit of a non-harmonic tone, but it immediately goes to a harmonic tone. So in that particular song, the wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. There's this little bit of tension relaxation. It resolves very quickly in that song. And that's basically the whole song. It just has two chords. Now, if we were to play something jazzy like this, so I hope you're still here with me. This is a version of a Blue Moon that I do. It goes like this. Blue moon, you saw me standing alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. Right? Now these chords right here, F major 7 to F6. What is that? G minor. I think it's G minor 7 to G minor 6. So these chords right here, hear that? That's a major 7 interval. Do you know what intervals are? Find those in my book too. So that, right, it relaxes from that major 7th. Right there, that minor 7th to a, minor 7th to a major 6th. Okay, so these chords are a lot more dissonant, right? There's dissonance in them. That means more tension. Right? Those chords are all jazzy chords. So some people love that constant tension, especially certain kinds of jazz have lots of tension in it. And some people love that kind of stuff. And other people love more consonant sounding music, with little tension. Like country music has less tension in it instead of like jazz music. So that's why we love different musical styles. It's kind of like preferring different kinds of foods over other kinds of food, One kind of food or music is not better than the other. It's just different and it appeals to different sensibilities, different people. So let's talk about why sometimes we hear a non-harmonic tone. And last week I talked a little bit about sometimes when I'm playing a chord and I play a non-harmonic tone, someone might say, oh, well, listen to this one. Let's see, where is it at? B flat. No, that's not the one. Yeah, that note right there. Someone might think that that C chord with this B flat in it sounds really good. And it's really a non-harmonic tone, but it's a C7. Right? And we're used to that sound, but it's really a non-harmonic tone. It's a tone that doesn't belong in the C chord just by itself. Right? So if I move from B flat up to C, now in a jazz situation, we'll have that B note. Right? So a jazz chord might sound like this, with that B in it. That's a C major 7. That's a C7. That's just a C chord. So sometimes non-harmonic tones can also create other chords, and that's why we hear, sometimes we think, oh, that sounds good. It's because more complex chords have more than 3 tones. Dominant 7th has like a dominant 7th, a major 7th chord, minor 7th, 9th chords, add 9 chords, 11 chords, 13 chords. let's take that Jimi Hendrix chord. What's the name of that chord? E7 sharp 9. I'm not going to play Jimi Hendrix right now, but here's an A minor 7 going to an E7 sharp 9. Right? Now, in the E7 sharp 9, we have an E, and then we have another E, and then we have a G sharp. That makes an E chord, and that's the minor 7, and that's the sharp 9. Right? So those notes are actually non-harmonic tones to the E chord. But if we go back to the C major chord, the D note can either be a second, because 1, 2, 3, it can be a second. But if we do this, okay, those are, I'm going to sing that. Do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'm going to drop an octave. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I just did 2 octaves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Right? That's how we get the notes that are like the ninths and the 11ths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That note right there, which is actually a D. So we have a C add 9. So a D note can be a second or it can be a ninth. An F note can be a fourth or an 11. An A note can be a 6 or a 13 in a chord, like a C6. You know, you get a C6. Like here's a C6. There's an A right there. Right? Or it could be a 13 if it's higher like that. Like and it's like a C13 or a C add 13 or something like that. So that's why you may be thinking that, oh yeah, that's part of the chord. It may be creating a more complex chord when we put a non-harmonic tone in there. So these tones can really enhance your music when used correctly. The dissonance going to consonance. And what we want to do is we want to learn how to lean into the dissonance and then resolve it in a satisfying way. That's what we want to do. Okay. So this particular C major backing track, there's a D, chord tone, F, G, chord tone, A, non-harmonic tone, see that? Non-harmonic tone. So one of the reasons you want to play through something like this so that you can get used to what notes are non-harmonic tones and what notes are harmonic tones. Now I'm going to pull up a different recording that I did, that I started this broadcast with. Hello. Let's try it again. Here we go. Now this is a C chord here. I'm going to release this one too later. That's an F chord. So now that F note, instead of being a non-harmonic tone, is a harmonic tone when there's an F note there. Back to C. So this recording goes from C to F to C to F. There's 4 measures of C, 4 measures of F, just going back and forth. F note. Here comes. See that? So the F note turns into a harmonic tone. Non-harmonic tone to a harmonic tone. See that? So it's really important that we get tuned into what are harmonic tones and what are non-harmonic tones so that we can really work with them. Now, let's go back to, let me look at my script one more time. Because I want to make sure that I'm not skipping something. Oh, yes. So, you know what's really interesting is that I'm going to play this again, and I'm going to play the notes on the B string. Put me in better. So here's the notes on the B string. 1st fret, 5th fret, 8th fret. On the B string, this is a C chord, so this is a C, E, G, 1, 3, 8. Now here's the F chord on 1. Did I say 1, 3, 8? It's 1, 5, 8. 1, 5, 8. Those are the notes in the F chord. C, A, excuse me, F, A, C. Back to C chord. So we're working with these notes. The octave to 13, that's an F2. C chord. So if you know the notes in the C major scale, right there, right? 1, 3, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. Those are the C major scale on the B string. Now I'm going to play F. I'm going to start with F, and I'm going to play the notes in the C major scale. So it's going to be F, G, A. So it's 1, 3, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. Oh, I think I did that wrong. No, it's not 6. It's 7. Okay, so that's really the C major scale, but I'm starting on F. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 8, 12, 1. And the reason that sounds weird is because it's not a do, re, mi, fa, so. We'd have to play a 6 there. But we're playing a 7. So it's actually like a Lydian scale or something like that. But when I play it along, I'm going to wait for this F to come along. Oops, I played the wrong note there. I played 9. I don't know why I played that. A, B, C. So we're working with these notes. F. Now if you don't know what chord you're on, this is the end of the recording. If you have no idea what chord you're on, now the interesting thing about this is that the F is a non-harmonic tone in the C chord. I'm going to put that on the screen in case you want to look at it. The C chord has C, E, G, and the F chord has F, A, C. And the C chord has C, E, G. Now, D notes and B notes are the only non-harmonic tones from the C scale for both of these chords. C is common for both of the chords. Here comes the F chord. That's a C note. But if I don't know what chord I'm on, I could play C and E. There it is. First fret and open on the E string. It's like, oh yeah, that works. So right there, I could play 1 and open. I'm going to call out the B string and the E string. And then 5 and 3. And 8 and 8. Those are notes in the C chord. Now, on the F chord, we have 1 and 1. We have 6 and 5. And then, sorry, which one is it? Oh, right here. 8 and 10. Or 10 and 8. B string, E string, 10 and 8. Going back to C chord here in a second. Right? So you can check and see. F chord. So there you have it. We're kind of out of time. So I'm going to close this down because we've been here for, what, half an hour or something like that? Maybe more. So yeah, that's basically all I have for today. Let me look at my comments and see if there's any comments. No more new comments from about 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. Everybody's just kind of hanging out. Thank you for being here today. I really appreciate it, and it's been great to have you. I hope this is helpful because we've been talking about chord tones and non-harmonic tones and scale tones and that kind of thing. One of my students asked me about, well, I've never, what's it called? Well, I've never been to heaven, but that Three Dog Night tune. I can't remember the name of it. Tell me what it is. But I've been to Oklahoma. It's in the key of A, I think. No, it's in the key of E. Anyway, might do something about that because I didn't finish that tab, so I might work on that. Let's see. Bob says, we've all been practicing. Dwayne says, yes, I need examples. Very good. I'm just looking over the comments here. Any questions? All right. Thanks for being here, guys. Really appreciate all of you, and hope to see you next week. We're going to talk about actually a song next week. You can put comments in the actual video of, hey, what about this song or that song? You can text me, or if you're one of my patrons or one of my subscribers or on my email list, you can get to me there and say, you know, hey, you haven't done this one yet. Let's do this one. So I really appreciate input because that helps me to stay on task and be able to figure out what to do next. All right, thank you very much. It's spring. Things are really crazy. I've been doing a lot of outside work lately and been getting a lot of good things done out there. We're going to be planting our garden. We've already started, but we'll really get into it in about 3 weeks because it'll be not freezing anymore. All right, thanks. We'll talk to you later. Just to go out.